My sister-in-law exposed a shocking truth about my wife during a fight. I am devastated. My parents want me to forgive her, but I want a divorce. I am 38 and have been with my wife, Natalie, F37, for 8 years, married for 4 years. Natalie has a daughter from a previous relationship, Kaia, F12. Kaia's dad left when she was a newborn, and we have no idea where he is. I love her as if she were mine. She calls me dad and has a great relationship with me. I told Natalie from the very beginning that I would like to have biological children, and she said she was open to having more kids. After we got married, we bought a nice place and started trying for a baby. After a year, we did some testing, and all came back normal. My wife said IVF would be too costly and hard on her body. I was secretly devastated but decided to come to terms with the fact that I'd never have any biological kids. This was until a few days ago when I found out from Natalie's sister that Natalie lied to me. She and her sister got into a fight in our house, and her sister screamed, "At least I don't take pills behind my husband's back and claim I'm infertile. Does he know you terminated a pregnancy?" I was floored. My wife kicked her sister out and started crying, saying she really didn't want another kid and didn't want to lose me. I can't believe she lied to me instead of talking to me. I just left. I have been staying at my parents' house since then. Natalie begs me to come back, and she says we can try for a baby. Kaia even messaged me to come back. My parents think I should just move on and give her another chance. She made a mistake and apologized. Am I wrong for wanting a divorce for this lie? I live in Canada, and I'm pro-choice. I believe women have control over their bodies, but this is a different case. She lied to me. I could have my baby in my arms now. I had no idea she was against having more babies until a few days ago. The abortion happened 1.5 years after our wedding. Yes, my baby. She saw me devastated and upset when she claimed we couldn't have a baby. I can't believe she lied to my face. Update 1. Thank you for all your kind comments and private messages. I did receive a few unkind ones accusing me of trying to control her body or making her feel unsafe, which is why she secretly went through with it. Natalie came over to my parents' house last night after dinner. She dropped off Kaia at her friend's because she said she needed to talk to me. I'm glad I gave her the chance because I now have no doubt she is a pathological liar. She said after her first pregnancy, she had to work so hard to get in shape and swore she would never do that again. I said, then you lied to me from day one. She said she thought she would change her mind, but she didn't. Then she saw me come to terms with not having a baby, so she decided not to tell me. I said, so you lied more. You got rid of my baby because you wanted to stay fit. You didn't even discuss anything with me. How could you do that to me? I could be holding my baby right now, and you stole it from me. She said she was sorry, but the good news is she still can. I said, you are still lying. You still don't want a baby, and you're only saying it so I stay. I don't even know what to believe anymore. I can't trust you ever. She started crying, saying Kaia is so sad I left because I can't give you a baby. I lost it. You lied to her too. Is this why she thinks I left? I told her it's over and to get out of my parents' house. She cried and cried. I'll meet with a lawyer this week to start the separation process. I'll send a text to Kaia and explain that I didn't abandon her and will do anything to be in her life. I never legally adopted her. Sadly, I can't believe I blindly trusted her all these years. As for Kaia's dad, I have no idea who he is. She refuses to talk about it. Update 2. I'm sorry for multiple posts, but you guys have been so helpful. Definitely more than my family and friends in real life. I took your advice and met with my sister-in-law over lunch. She was very reluctant to give me any info, but here is what she said. Natalie is in no contact with her parents since before Kaia was born. She didn't lie about this part. I asked if she knows who Kaia's dad is because Natalie gets upset every time I ask and refuses to talk about him. She was surprised and said, you are kidding, right? You can't be this naive. It's obviously Ryan, her boss, the guy who owns the yoga place. I asked about their relationship. She kept saying Natalie really loves you. I begged her to tell me everything. She said she thinks, not sure. The reason Natalie terminated her pregnancy was that she wasn't sure if the baby was mine or Ryan's. Either way, she didn't want another baby. I was floored. She was cheating on me at the same time we were trying for a baby with the same guy who already abandoned her once. What's going on here? Why was I stupid enough to start a college fund for her kid? Yet she cheated on me at least once with this guy. I'm going to lose my house and half of everything. She said, listen, you're a good guy. Just move on. No need to dig more. You are making yourself crazy. I asked if Kaia knows who her dad is. She said absolutely not because Ryan has zero desire to be in her life. I want to tell everything to Kaia before leaving, but my parents think this is crossing the line because I'm not her dad or mom, and it's none of my business. My friends think I want to tell her to hurt Natalie, but it's the opposite. I know how awful it is to be lied to, and Kaia deserves the truth. My parents think I act like a crazy person and I should just meet with a lawyer. Second story. My stepson falsely accused me of hitting him, and my wife didn't trust me. Am I wrong for asking for a divorce? A bit of background. I, 40M, have been married to my wife, Emily, 40F, for 5 years. She has a son, Jake, 10M, and a daughter, Lily, 8F, from her previous marriage. I have one daughter, Sophie, 7F, from my previous marriage. About a month ago, her son accused me of hitting him. I never put my hands on him or anyone. My wife confronted me, and I denied it. She didn't believe me. After the argument, I went to cool off and talk to my friend. He was very worried and said that I should get out of the house with my daughter. He said that I am a man, and no one is going to believe me, and I could lose my daughter if things escalate. I finally understood the gravity of the situation I was in. After a long walk, I made up my mind. I went to my house and asked my wife to come talk to me. I said that I never hit him. I don't know why he said it, and I don't want to know anymore. I told her that I am not feeling safe in this house, and I don't want to risk my future and my daughter's future. I told her I understand her mama bear mindset, so I won't blame her for not believing me, but the last place I want to be is anywhere near a mama bear. I packed my bags and my daughter's bag, and we left for my parents' house. I refused to take her calls and asked her to only contact me through messages since it's not legal in my state to record without the consent of both parties. Her messages ranged from blaming me to blaming herself and wanting to talk in person. 3 weeks later, she messaged me and told me that she believes me. When I left, she actually started to question her son's allegations, and obvious inconsistencies started to emerge. Turns out she is actually considering giving up the custody of her kids. Her ex-husband called me and asked why his ex-wife is talking about giving up custody. I told him the truth, and he was very angry with her son but more angry with my wife. He respected me enough to not push it further when I told him to sort it out with my wife. So, we are in the middle of a storm, and I am not budging. I can't stay in the same house as her children. I am getting bombarded by phone calls from people blaming me for making my wife abandon her children. But what other choice do I have? I can't risk going back now. Am I wrong here? Thank you very much for listening to the story so far. I suggest you to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss tomorrow's stories.